In India, a fatal heart attack occurs every single minute, but the data reveals a chilling shift in who is actually at risk. We used to view cardiovascular disease as an ailment of old age, yet today, victims are heavily concentrated in the 30 to 50 age bracket. Because the demographic has moved so aggressively toward younger, active people, feeling healthy is no longer a guarantee of safety. Regardless of your fitness level, everyone has become a potential target. In August 2022, comedian Raju Srivastava collapsed from a heart attack while exercising. He was the picture of a fit individual doing exactly what society prescribes for a healthy life. Public perception of the gym shifted overnight, transforming it from a symbol of health into a perceived death trap. This celebrity death, along with several others, triggered a wave of nationwide paranoia. People began to wonder if intense workouts were the culprit, or if a hidden variable was at play, such as the recent rollout of COVID-19 mRNA vaccines. By blaming the location or the vaccines, we are confusing the trigger with the weapon. This misdirection leaves the true biological cause completely unaddressed, and the real danger remains hidden. To understand the actual mechanism, think of your heart as a household water pump. It pushes blood out to the body, but it also routes oxygen-rich fuel back to its own engine through dedicated supply lines called coronary arteries. Over time, atherosclerosis can occur inside these pipes. It is the silent buildup of fatty plaque and cholesterol along the inner walls. As plaque accumulates, the internal diameter narrows, reducing blood flow to a trickle. This slowly starves the heart muscle of necessary oxygen. A heart attack isn't a sudden, random electrical glitch. It is the catastrophic end result of a system that has been slowly suffocated for years. The primary building blocks for that arterial plaque are found in our daily habits. Nutritionists identify 3 specific ingredients as the 3 white poisons: salt, sugar, and maida. While the medically safe limit for salt is 5 grams per day, the average Indian consumes over 11 grams. This excess directly drives up blood pressure, placing constant strain on the arterial walls. Sugar poses an even greater threat once we cross the 30-gram daily limit. When we overconsume, the body is forced to rapidly secrete insulin, which converts that excess sugar directly into visceral fat. Finally, there is maida, or refined flour. Maida is a processed wheat flour stripped of its natural fiber, causing it to slow down digestion and act as a primary driver for systemic obesity. The modern Indian diet functions like a hyper-efficient factory, silently manufacturing the exact fatty sludge needed to choke the heart's blood supply. This chart highlights a terrifying reality. Indians have a profoundly higher genetic risk for cardiovascular disease than the rest of the world. Our risk factor is 3 times higher than Westerners, 6 times higher than the Japanese, and an astounding 20 times higher than the Chinese. This genetic baseline means our bodies react much more destructively to a poor diet. We are far more sensitive to the 3 white poisons than someone with a Western genetic makeup would be. It is the loaded gun metaphor in action. Our diet provides the lethal ammunition, but Indian genetics ensure the weapon is preloaded from the moment we are born. When we enter a gym and engage in ego lifting, pushing to absolute physical failure without a warm-up, the internal physics change. The heart is then forced to violently pump blood at absolute maximum pressure through delicate arteries that are already dangerously narrowed by plaque. This surge of pressure puts immense stress on the brittle walls of the arteries. You are essentially trying to force a high-volume surge through a pipe that is already 80 or 90% blocked. This leads to the sudden, fatal moment. The extreme blood pressure finally causes the brittle plaque wall inside the artery to violently rupture. This rupture instantly creates a total blockage, stopping oxygen flow and killing the heart muscle in seconds. The gym did not kill the victim. The extreme physical stress merely pulled the trigger on a biological weapon that had been loading for decades. We must also address the mRNA vaccine rumors. mRNA, or a messenger RNA, is a molecular blueprint that teaches your cells to trigger an immune response. While rare cases of recoverable heart inflammation exist, global data definitively proves that vaccines are not the cause of this sudden death epidemic. Safety requires an actual medical baseline. Before starting any intense workout regimen, you must get a clinical ECG test. An ECG, or electrocardiogram, is a diagnostic tool that records the heart's electrical activity to identify any underlying abnormalities. Exercising blindly is a gamble with your life. Knowing your internal baseline is the only way to separate healthy physical stress from a fatal strain. The lifestyle changes are non-negotiable. You must drastically reduce salt, sugar, and maida, and absolutely eliminate smoking to reduce the strain on your heart. Timing is everything during a heart attack. The first 8 to 10 minutes are the critical window between life and death. Mastering CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation, provides a vital manual override for a failed heart. This technique uses rhythmic chest compressions to physically pump blood and maintain oxygen flow to the brain until help arrives. It should be a mandatory skill for every member of our community. We cannot change our genetic code, but we can change our outcome. By mastering our diet, checking our ego at the gym, and learning CPR, we gain the exact tools needed to defuse this ticking time bomb.